I want us, brethren, to know that the entire gospel starts with the eternal, unfailing, and unchanging love of God for us, him, and that's the world that he created. Yes, God is so powerful. He chooses whatever he wants to do. He decides. No one controls God. It's by his choice that we were created. We're not created where we are because we chose it. He chose us. Yes, like the Bible speaking, God telling the Israelite, I choose you out of other nations, not because you worship me or you love me more than them, but I choose you, a small nation. I chose you. So we live by the choice of God. It's by the choice of God that we are alive. So maybe what happened, somebody will say, it happened in California. It could have been any other place. But God chooses, or some people will be like, why did it happen in California? Why did it happen here? God has a reason for why it happened there. It can happen anywhere. God chooses what happens. He chose us. We didn't choose ourselves. God chose the race that we come from. He chose where we should be, where we should be living. Yes, some of us make effort to relocate to places, but it takes the grace of God and his approval. Other people made better efforts than us to relocate to other places, but they couldn't. It's not because we are better. It's the choice of God. It's a choice of God. So this is it. So it's God. God chooses what he wants. He chooses what should happen. It's not our choice. Somebody say, yeah, why did it happen to you? Not because those people are worse. Not because we are better than those people. It is a choice of God. It is a choice of God for it to happen the way it happened. But in all things that God do is to the glory of his name. In all things, everything. It's very hard to say that, but in all things, is to give glory to God. For he alone knows why. For we live because he chose us. We are not better than other people that different disasters are happening to. Like the Bible speaking in John chapter 15 verse 16. Jesus speaking said, you did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit that will last. And so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command. Love one another. God is love. When you love one another, you love God. You cannot say, I love God without loving someone next to you. So how do we relate with people? How do we love people? You understand? It's not about how much we've made. It's not about how many mansions we've had. It's not like, seriously, when I saw this happening, what's happening in California, I'm so speechless and so sober. That's the truth. I'm sober. I'm like, oh my God. All this hustle that we are doing, all these things that people are even killing people for fame and wealth. All those things, one day, they'll just vanish like this. Do you understand? I'm like, in fact, it's so scary. Not because those people, not because where we are is more safe. But if it had happened where we are here, it will look like it's normal. Those people are poor. They don't know how to manage anything. But look at where it happened in America, where the whole world look up to. You understand? That is God showing us that everything, whatever you are doing, we should depend on him, God. We should depend on him, God. It is only him. It is only him that will not go away. Every other thing we acquire will one day vanish. It is only God, only his word, only our faith that will not vanish. Only our belief in God that will not vanish, that will stand. Oh God, show us mercy. You see, this life we are living is not by our strength. Like, if that thing happened here, to be like, oh, Nigeria does not have people to help them. They cannot help them. They have poor government. That's why. But look at where this thing happened in California, in the Hollywood. Like, the richest in this world are there. You understand? Big people are there. So it's just God, like in my own small sense, I'm just like, this is just God showing us how powerful he is, that everything will pass away one day. All these things that we are up and down, hustling and hating one another, preaching one another, doing the wrong things, just because we are looking for money, we are hustling, we are looking for fame, we are looking for what, all this is will one day burn down like within a twinkle of an eye. Some of us have even forgotten. In fact, all we think of is, I want to hustle, I want fame, I want to make money, I want to do this. How is your relationship with your neighbor? How is your relationship with your family members? How is your relationship with God? Brethren, there is nothing outside of God. It's about God. Holding on to God, onto our faith, that's the only thing that we can be left with anytime. If it happens today, that's the only thing we can be left with, our faith, like believing in God. It's not about the mansions we own, it's not about the wealth, it's not about any of these material things, but it's just about our relationship with God. I saw that and then I felt it in my spirit, like, no, this can be to anybody. It can happen to anybody. So I just pray, brethren, let's just pray and believe in God at all times, because only God is permanent. Any other thing is temporal. Everything God does for us, especially his act towards us, is rooted in his love. Everything that God does for us is rooted in his love. Yes. So it's about the love of God. And when we hold on to the love of God, even if everything come and go, we know that we are saved. We know that we are saved and rooted in the love of God.